Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 41. Story of the picture, Stealing the Rags and Reading of Jnaneshwari. As stated in the last chapter, we continue here the story of the picture. 9 years after the occurrence of the incident depicted in the last chapter, Ali Muhammad saw Hemant Pant and related to him the following story. One day, while wandering in the streets of Bombay, he bought the picture from a street hawker. Then he framed and set it on a wall in his house at Bandra, which is a suburb of Bombay. As he loved Baba, he daily took darshana of it. 3 months before he gave the picture to Hemant Pant, he was suffering from an abscess or swelling on his leg, for which an operation was performed, and he was convalescing in the house of his brother-in-law, Mr. Noor Muhammad Peerboy in Mumbai. For 3 months, his house in Bandra was closed, and nobody was living there. Only the pictures of the famous Baba Abdul Rahman, Maulana Sahib Muhammad Hussain, Baba Sai, Baba Tajuddin and other saints who were living were there. The wheel of time did not spare even these. He was lying sick and suffering in Bombay. Why should the pictures suffer there in Bandra? It seems that they also have their ins and outs, that is births and deaths. All the pictures met their fate, but how Sai Baba's picture escaped it, nobody had been able to explain to me up till now. It shows the all-pervasiveness, omnipresence of Sai and his inscrutable power. He got a small picture of Saint Baba Abdul Rahman from Muhammad Hussain Tariyatopan many years ago. He gave it to his brother-in-law Noor Muhammad Peerboy, and it was lying on his table for 8 years. Once the latter saw it, took it to a photographer and got it enlarged to life size and distributed copies of the same amongst his relations and friends, including Ali Muhammad, who fixed it up in his Bandra house. Noor Muhammad was a disciple of Saint Abdul Rahman, and when he went to present the picture to his guru in an open darbar held by him, the guru got wild and ran to beat him and drove him out. He felt very sorry and dejected. He thought that he lost so much of his money and incurred his guru's displeasure and anger. As his guru did not like image worship, he took the enlarged picture with him to the Apollo Bandar and, after hiring a boat, went in it and drowned it in the sea. He requested the friends and relations to return their copies, and after getting them, that is 6 in all, back, had them thrown by a fisherman in the Bandra Sea. At this time, Ali Muhammad was in his brother-in-law's house. He was told by him that his suffering would come to an end if he would soon drown the pictures of the saints in the sea. Hearing this, Ali Muhammad sent his mehta or manager to his Bandra house and got all the pictures of the saints in his house thrown into the sea. When Ali Muhammad returned home after 2 months, he was surprised to find Baba's picture on the wall as before. He did not understand how his mehta took away all the pictures except this. He immediately took it out and kept it in his cupboard, fearing that if his brother-in-law saw it, he would do away with it. While he was thinking how to dispose this picture and who would keep it and guard it well, Sai Baba himself, as it were, suggested to him that he should see and consult Maulana Ismu Mujawar and abide by his opinion. He saw the Maulana and told him everything. After mature consideration, they both decided that the picture should be presented to Anna Sahib or Hemant Pant and that he would protect it well. Then they both went to Hemant Pant and presented the picture in the nick of time. This shows how Baba knew all the past, present and future, and how skillfully he pulled the wires and fulfilled desires of his devotees. The following story shows that Baba liked very much those persons who took real interest in matters spiritual, and that he removed all their difficulties and made them happy. Stealing the Rags and Reading of Jnaneshwari. Mr. B.V. Dev, who was Mamlatdar of Dahanu, Thana district, wished for a long time to read Jnaneshwari, the well-known Marathi commentary on the Bhagavad Gita by Jnaneshwar, along with other scriptures. He could read daily 1 chapter of the Bhagavad Gita and some portions of other books, but when he took Jnaneshwari in hand, some difficulties cropped up and he was precluded from reading it. He took 3 months' leave, went to Shirdi and thence to his home at Pound for rest. He could read there other books, but when he opened Jnaneshwari, some evil or stray thoughts came crowding in his mind and stopped him in the effort. Try however he might, he was not able to read even a few lines of the book with ease. So, he resolved in his mind that when Baba would create love for the book and would order him to read it, he would begin and not till then. Then, in the month of February 1914, he went with his family to Shirdi. There, Jog asked him whether he daily read Jnaneshwari. Dev said that he was desirous of reading it, but he was not successful, and that only when Baba would order him to read it, he would commence. Jog then advised him to take a copy of the book and present it to Baba and to start the reading after it was consecrated and returned by him. Dev then replied that he did not want to resort to this device as Baba knows his heart. Would he not know his desire and satisfy it by giving him a clear order to read? Dev then saw Baba and offered 1 rupee as dakshina. Baba asked for rupees 20, which he gave. At night, he saw one Balakaram and inquired how he secured Baba's devotion and grace. Balakaram told him that he would communicate everything next day after Aarti. When Dev went for darshana next day, Baba asked for rupees 20, which he gave willingly. As the masjid was crowded, Dev went inside and sat in a corner. Baba asked him to come close and sit with a calm mind, which Dev did. Then, after the noon aarti was over and after the men dispersed, Dev saw again Balakaram and asked him his previous history, what Baba told him and how he was taught meditation. Balakaram was going to reply when Baba sent one Chandru, a leper devotee, to call Dev to him. When Dev went to Baba, the latter asked him when and with whom and what he was talking. He said that he talked with Balakaram and heard from him his fame. Then Baba asked again rupees 25 as dakshina, which Dev gladly gave. Then Baba took him inside and sitting near the post, charged him saying, "You stole away my rags without my knowledge." Dev denied all knowledge of the rags, but Baba asked him to make a search. He searched but found none. Then Baba got angry and said, "There is nobody here, you are the only thief. So grey-haired and old, you came here for stealing." After this, Baba lost his temper, got terribly wild, gave all sorts of abuses and scoldings. Dev remained silent and watching and thought that he might get a beating also. After about an hour or so, Baba asked him to go to the Vada. He returned to the Vada and told Jog and Balakaram all that had happened. Then, in the afternoon, Baba sent for all and Dev also, and said that his words might have pained the old man, that is Dev, but as he committed the theft, he could not but speak out. Then Baba asked again for rupees 12. Dev collected the amount, paid it and prostrated himself before him. Then Baba said to him, "What are you doing?" "Nothing," replied Dev. Then Baba said, "Go on daily reading the Pothi, that is Jnaneshwari. Go and sit in the Vada. Read something regularly every day, and while reading, explain the portion read to all with love and devotion. I am sitting here ready to give you the whole gold embroidered shella or valuable cloth. Then why go to others to steal rags? And why should you get into the habit of stealing?" Dev was much pleased to hear the words of Baba, for he asked him to start reading Pothi, that is Jnaneshwari. He thought that he got what he wanted and that he could read the book with ease thenceforth. He again prostrated himself before Baba and said that he surrendered himself to him and that he should be treated as a child and be helped in his reading. He realized then what Baba meant by stealing the rags. What he asked Balakaram constituted the rags, and Baba did not like his behavior in this respect. As he was ready to answer any question, he did not like him to ask others and make unnecessary enquiries, and therefore he harassed and scolded him. Dev thought that he really did not harass and scold him, but taught that he was ready to fulfill his desires, and there was no use asking others in vain. Dev took these scoldings as flowers and blessings and went home satisfied and contented. The matter did not end here. Baba did not stop with only issuing an order to read. Within a year, he went to Dev and inquired about his progress. On 2nd April 1914, on Thursday morning, Baba gave him a dream vision. He sat on the upper floor and asked him whether he understood the pothi. No, answered Dev. Baba, then when are you going to understand? Dev burst into tears and said, unless you shower your grace, the reading is mere worry and the understanding is still more difficult. I say this definitely. Baba said, while reading, you make haste. Read it before me in my presence. Dev said, what shall I read? Baba said, read Adhyatma, that is spiritualism. Dev went to bring the book when he opened his eyes and was awakened. We leave the readers to imagine what ineffable joy and bliss Dev felt after this vision. Bow to Shri Sai, peace be to all.